Hi there! I decided to make a quick unscripted video about what it means to be regressive. I gave the definition of term regressive in my previous video. And now I want to give you a quick way to check whether you are regressive or not. If you identify yourself as progressive, if you identify yourself as a liberal, then chances are you are among the regressives who actually draw the Western society back in time and erode the Western society from inside. So, what are some ways to check if you are regressive or not? First test. There is a cartoon competition. People are drawing Muhammad. People are intentionally drawing something that is forbidden to be drawn by some people, by people who try to live with you in your Western society with freedom of speech. What is your reaction? Are you condemning the cartoonists? Are you condemning the journalists? Are you condemning the organizers? Or you still think that the Muslims should check their privilege and live in the Western society and deal with it? Have to integrate with Western values instead of being outraged and instead of demanding that the cartoon competitions should be banned? Or worse, to attack such cartoon competitions and try to kill the cartoonists. So what's your reaction? If you think that the cartoonists are to blame, that it's too far, that it's taking freedom of speech too far, then you are aggressive. You are willing to give up your freedoms in order to protect someone's sensitivities, which is by definition against freedom of speech. Example 2. There are some people who try to kill other people, who try to stab civilians, and they are shot dead. What's your reaction? If you are not blaming the perpetrator, if you are thinking that the perpetrator has been a victim and he is not responsible for his actions, that this perpetrator has been forced to do what he has done, I remind you, he was trying to kill other people in the name of his religion, in the name of martyrdom. A lot of captured, failed suicide attackers say directly that their motivation to do what they were doing was God, Allah, and martyrdom. Mothers of killed suicide attackers celebrate their deaths, explaining their deaths the same way, martyrdom, going directly to heaven. Prime Minister of Palestine is explaining this the same way, and he is encouraging young men and even children to act in this way, to wage jihad until they fight all the Jews. So what's your reaction? If you think that those people are victims, that they are not responsible for their own actions, they are not choosing their actions based on their free will, then you are a regressive. You're trying to be a psychiatrist for entire nations or for entire groups of people. You declare them unable to choose their own actions. You declare them to be mentally impaired. These things are very, very harmful for the society, and you should check what you're thinking. You should get back and do some really serious introspection and do some really serious studies on people's motivations, on the cases of martyrdom, on the cases of suicide bombings, and the cases for religious-based outrages. Third example, if you think that Western countries like Germany should introduce women's only coaches in trains to protect the sensitivities of Muslims, or if you think that Germany should ban advertisements which show human body, if you think that you should cover Asian statues just for Muslim leaders to come to your country, then you are a regressive. You are betraying enlightenment. You are betraying your own values. No. Speaking to the camera unscripted is not working.